Hola clase. Today we're going to learn how to work and solve quadratic equations when there are coefficients that are missing. And as usual, I will give you a how-to step-by-step guide, and then we will make an example together. Now, quadratic equations are going to still look the same, so they always equations with a degree of 2. So that's not going to change. But now there are a couple of things that I need to know. First of all, you need to remember that you're going to be searching for 2 factors. So that's going to look, when you factorize it, as 2 factors and a vertical form. Then I need to know what a conjugate is. So remember, if I've got a complex number, the conjugate is the same real part and the opposite of the imaginary. And then remember that from the quadratic formula, that means that both the number and the conjugate are solutions when you're working with quadratic. Now all of that allows you to solve. So for our how-to step by step, first of all, you need to conjugate, and that allows you to find the second root. With that, you're going to multiply both factors. So if we call these sets of 1, you multiply the conjugate. And once you do that, you've got everything needed to find the missing coefficient. Okay, let's see that in an example. They give me one equation here of which they have taken a coefficient out, but in exchange they're giving me one of the solutions. And remember, if they take something out of the equation, they need to give me something in exchange. And they want me to find the other root and the coefficient that they took out. The second root is the easier one to find, because if this is a solution, then I immediately know that the conjugate is a solution. What having both solutions gives me is, to all effects, the factorization of the whole polynomial. So I know that this is going to be the same as set minus 1 minus square root of 3i times set minus 1 plus square root of 3i. And then it's a matter of coming here and doing that multiplication. And for that, you've got options. Option 1, probably the most basic of all of them, could be using that crab claw that some of you call it. And if you need, drawing yourself your lines and doing all of the things and getting very messy very easy. Okay, that works. The other option that you've got could be using your planet there and drawing yourself that little cage and start working grid by grid and getting all these 9 values there and then simplifying. But probably the most effective one, it's realizing that some of the terms cancel with each other. Here I'm always going to have a negative, which then here it's going to see the same thing times a positive, because I am multiplying one of the factors value and the other one are conjugates to each other. So these are going to always cancel, and the same is going to happen here when this gives me a positive and this gives me a negative. So I realize that these two are always going to cancel. Now the only term of all of these 9 that's going to give me squares is going to be this one. These two are going to be the same value. So if we call these ones Z, A, and BI, and this is always going to be minus A, well, that means that these two are going to be minus 2A Z, and they would give me the Z term. And then these two are going to give me the independent coefficient. This is going to be turning into an A square, and this, it's B square, and it's going to be a positive because of the I squaring itself. So instead of doing all of this, I can simply remember that when I do all of that, I'm going to have one very specific pattern every time. That's going to give me Z squared minus 2AZ plus square root of A plus square root of B. So the method I use to multiply doesn't matter because I need to get to the same place. So once you do that, that gives me Z squared minus 2Z plus 4. Now all of this was just to get the value that was hiding on the K, and that I can do it by direct comparison. So in this case, I know the value. Once we've got everything, we can come in here. So we go, all right, the solutions for this equation, 1 plus or minus square root of 3i, those are the two solutions, and the K, in our case, equals 4. Mental check, they wanted the other root and the K. We gave both roots and the K, so we've got everything. So we can box it because we're done. Okay, so now it's your turn to go and practice. Thanks for watching.